Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to Naho Fashion. If today is your first time here, you are highly welcome. Please join this family, okay? Today we are going to be making this beautiful palazzo pant. As you can see, I think I have the crop top tutorial in this channel too. I'll look for it and drop the link in the description box. So it's the same palazzo pant I pair with this blazer. If you haven't watched the tutorial of this blazer, please do so. I will drop the link in the description box and in the comment section. You don't want to miss this one. Okay guys, without further ado, if this is what you want to learn, definitely keep on watching. So to start, I fold my fabric into two. I fold my fabric on 18 inches. That is my hip measurement divided by 2. Right, so divide your hip measurement by 2 and fold your fabric. But if you want the blazer to be bigger, if you want yours to be bigger, you can add extra inches to that, okay? Especially if you want to make tiny pleating. So I will create a starting line. That's where I'll be starting my measurement. I'm using a colored chalk, but it's not clear. My camera is not doing justice to that. I'm so sorry. But trust me, this is a very simple palazzo pants. You are still going to get it. The only measurements we need is the length of the palazzo and our crotch measurement. So I'll mark out the length of my pant and then add extra 2-inch for hemming allowance. And then for the crotch depth, I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 4 plus 1.5 inches. My hip measurement divide by 4 plus 1.5 inches. That is what I'm going to be using. It's very simple, all right? So from that point, from that crotch depth, I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 20 this time. My hip measurement by 20, which is 1.8. I will mark that out. This is the crotch extension for the front piece, all right? For the front. I'll mark the same measurement at the upper part just like this and then create a straight line. Just listen to me. My chalk is not clear, but trust me, you're going to understand what I'm doing. And then I'll go up by 3 inches, just like 3 inches, and then create a curve just like this. Okay, this is very, very simple, guys. I'll go ahead now and cut out my front piece. This is the starting line I'm cutting out, all right? And I'll cut it out at the length. And I'm cutting it out now on the 18 inches. Please help me like this video, guys. Help me like this video and drop a comment at any point you find it helpful. If you have a question, drop it also at the comment section. I'm going to reply you, okay? I'm going to cut open the fold end of the crotch depth side. Remember, it was on fold, so I'm just going to open it up just like this. At the hip side of the pant, I'm going to go in by 1.5 inches. Okay, you know our hip is not straight, so we want to give it a little curve, and then from there I'll come down by my waist to hip measurement. I'll mark that, connect it to the 1.5 inch at the waistline just like this, and I'll go ahead and cut it out. With this, you just give it a little shape at the hip area. I folded another 2 pieces to cut out my back piece, so I'm going to place the front piece on the back piece just like this. All right, I'm going to place it just like this, making sure that I leave ½ inch at the side, at the hip side. I make sure I have ½ inch there, and then I have nothing less than 4 inch at the crotch area. All right, so I have at least around 4 inches at the crotch area, and I have ½ inch by the side, so make sure you have that extra inches. Guys, I had no idea my phone wasn't recording. The memory was filled up, but trust me, I'm going to explain in detail what I did here. So I placed the front piece on the back piece just like this, all right? And then I left ½ inch by the side. At the hip area, I left ½ inch all the way down, ½ inch all the way down for the back. And then for the crotch extension for the back, remember we use hip measurement divided by 20 for the front, right? This time you're going to be using hip measurement divided by 10 for the back. My hip is 36 divided by 10 is 3.6, and that is my back crotch extension. Then I take note of my nail line. From my nail line, I added ½ inch all the way down for the back piece. I just added ½ inch, all right? Then from the nail line upwards, I connect the ½ inch at the nail line to the crotch extension just like this, all right? I just connect it like this. Every other part is just ½ inch extra. Then at this center front, this crotch side, all right, for the front, I went down by 1 inch and connect to the side to help the trouser sit in the stomach area nicely. So I came down by 1 inch and I connect to the side just like this, just for the front. The back is straight, all right? Next, I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch down the crotch area of the back with ½ inch. All right, the two back piece, stitch it down with ½ inch, and then stitch down the front to the crotch area, just the crotch area with ½ inch. All right, I've done that. As you can see, I joined them at the crotch area. We have the two back piece joined together and the two front piece joined together. All right, so the next thing we are going to do now is to make our pleating. All right, so I'm going to take the measurement of what I have. All right, I take the measurement of what I have, multiply it by 2, sorry, that's for the front and the back piece. Multiply it by 2, and what I have, I'm going to minus my waist measurement, including my sewing allowance. I'm using ½ inch on both sides, which is 2 inches sewing allowance. So you minus your waist measurement and your sewing allowance, then you divide what you have remaining by 4. What you have remaining, you are going to divide by 4. That's for the 4 side of the pant, the two piece for the front and the 2 piece for the back. That's why we divide it by 4. I hope that is clear. So what you have now, you still divide it by the number of pleating you want to do on each side. Okay, so if you are making smaller pleating, make sure you divide it by the number of pleating you want to do. So I'm going to, from the center, I'm going to go in by my bust span measurement, nipple to nipple, or just mark 3.5 or 4 inches from the center. Then I'll start marking the inches I'll be using for the pleating and just pleat them just like this. Okay, when you divide what you have on each side by the number of pleating, what you have, you mark it and make your pleating. I'm just showing you this. This is not how I ended up pleating my own. I didn't have the time to start ironing small pleating. So you just pleat it to the number of pleating you want. All right, and then make sure at the end of the day you have your waist measurement divided by 4 on each side. All right, so for my own pleating, what I did was I went in by my nipple to nipple measurement. I marked that out from the center just like this. All right, from the center, and then I divide what I have by the number of pleating I want to do, which is just two pleating. Then I mark that out, and then I pleat one of them like this towards the side, pleat it like this, and pin it down. All right, this is very simple. Divide the measurement you have for each side by the number of pleating you want to do, and then I marked 1 inch gap. I'm just going to give 1 inch gap and then mark the second pleat. then pleat it down just like this and pin it down. I just hope I am explaining well. If I'm not, please just watch carefully, you understand what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll do the same thing to the second side. As you can see, I have my sewing allowance remaining. I'll do the same thing to the second side. Go in by my nipple to nipple measurement and then mark the inches I have for my pleating, and then I'm going to pleat it down just like this. Mark a gap of 1 inch, right? And then mark the second pleating. The same measurement, I'll pleat it down just like this. All right. And then I will take my waist measurement, divide by 2 to make sure that I have my exact measurement and my sewing allowance. And yes, it is perfect. I'll go ahead and stitch it down, and I'll do the same thing to the back piece as well. All right, so I have stitched down the pleating just to keep it intact. All right, I've stitched down the pleating, and then I'm going to place it right side facing with the front piece, the back piece right side facing the front piece, just like this. The next thing we'll be doing is to join the two pieces together. All right, I'll take note of where I want my zipper to be. I want my zipper to be by my right hand side. All right, I'll first mark the length of my zipper. My zipper is going to stop at 9 inches. 8 to 9 inches. All right, I'll pin that down and stitch the remaining parts with 1/2 inch all the way down. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Stitch it down with 1/2 inch all the way down, and then the center, the inseam, I'm going to make sure they align. All right, and then stitch it all the way down with 1/2 inch as well. Next, I cut out my band on fold. I have 2.5 inch width on fold, and the length is my waist measurement plus extra 5 inch. All right, I'll turn my pant to the right side. All right, and this is what we have. As you can see, I'm going to stitch my band to it right side facing from the zipper side. I'm going to start from the zipper side, the opening side. All right, I'm going to place it right side facing and stitch it down with 1/2 inch all the way. All right, stitch it all the way around with 1/2 inch, and this is what we have. Very neat, very beautiful, as you can see. Okay, I'll go over to my sewing machine now and attach my zipper to the side. All right, I'll attach my zipper and hem the down part. After weaving the down part, you fold it once and stitch down, or you just fold it and use your hemming gum to gum it down. Anyhow you want to do it, it's going to come out nice. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like this video, drop me a comment and share. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and turn on your notification bell. All right, I love you all. Bye.